Breaking news, but not the kind you're expecting. On the coast of Odisha, a missile just roared to life, completely rewriting the rules for India's airspace. At the very same time, hundreds of miles away, one of India's most legendary tanks just woke up from the darkness. While the world was looking elsewhere, India just pulled off a massive defense breakthrough.
You know, in just the last 24 hours, India has achieved what you can only call a perfect hat trick for its defense. We're talking about two major successes that, on the surface, seem totally unrelated. But trust me, they've come together to forge a brand new reality for national security. This isn't just about cool new weapons, it's a whole new playbook. But the real story here isn't just about the missile or the tank. It's about where they're going and why this is all happening right now. You need to stay till the end because some shocking things I am going to reveal in this video. Let's get back to the video.
All right, so let's break this down. First, we're going to look at the new missile, the Guardian of the Skies. Then we'll get into the tank that can now hunt in total darkness. And then, the best part, we'll put it all together on a map and show you the brilliant strategy that connects these two game changers.
Okay, first up, the first piece of this hat trick, the VSHORADS missile system. You are looking at the new bodyguard for India's low-altitude airspace, and believe me, it has just proven it is incredibly lethal.
So what in the world is a VSHORADS? Well, it stands for Very Short Range Air Defense System. Now, to you and me, it looks like a simple tube a soldier carries on their shoulder. But to an enemy helicopter, a jet, or, and this is the important part, a modern combat drone, it's a death sentence.
And we know it works. Oh, we know. Because on February 27th and 28th, the DRDO didn't just test it once. They fired it 3 times in a row. 3 launches, 3 perfect, direct hits on their targets. That's not a test, that's a statement. A perfect hat trick.
So why was this upgrade so desperately needed? Well, for years, India has been using the Russian Igla-S, a decent system for sure, for its time. But if conflicts like the one in Ukraine have taught us anything, it's that modern threats, especially those fast, sneaky, low-flying drones, they just don't play by the old rules. India needed something much, much better.
And wow, what an upgrade this is.
The real secret sauce here is its dual-thrust motor. See, older missiles have one speed. This one has an instant burst of acceleration, which means it can catch even those terrifyingly fast kamikaze drones. And now, it's officially user-validated, which is just military speak for, it's ready. Send it to the front lines.
Okay, so that's our new shield for the sky. Now, let's talk about the hammer on the ground. Part 2 of this defense hat trick. We're talking about breathing new life into India's legendary main battle tank, the T72 Ajeya. Look, the Indian Army has more than 2,400 of these beasts. They are tough, they are powerful, but they had a huge, glaring weakness. For decades, the T-72 was practically blind at night. Its old Russian sights were useless in fog, dust, or darkness. Once the sun went down, this powerful tank became a vulnerable target. The solution? A massive upgrade called the Thermal Imaging Fire Control System, or TIFF-CS. Now, don't think of this as just a new camera. It's more like a complete brain transplant for the tank. It can now see heat signatures, allowing it to lock onto and destroy targets in pitch-black darkness from up to 4 kilometers away. This brain transplant gives the old T-72 a deadly new hunter-killer ability. Here's how it works. The gunner just has to lock onto a moving target. The system's automatic tracker then keeps the cannon perfectly aimed, even if the tank is bouncing across rough ground. It calculates for wind, weather, everything in real time. The result? The very first shot hits its mark. It's a total game changer. So we've got a new missile, and we've got a tank with brand new eyes. But you know, the most powerful part of this entire story isn't the technology, it's where it all came from. And this right here is where the Atmanirbhar, or self-reliance dream, becomes a reality. Nataraj Krishnappa, the CEO of Alpha LSEC, the Bengaluru company that made this happen, he confirmed it himself. This entire tank upgrade was made in India by 120 highly skilled Indian professionals. And that's the knockout punch. India is not sending its tanks back to Russia for upgrades anymore. We are doing it ourselves, in our own tech hub of Bengaluru, with our own brilliant minds. This batch of 96 tanks, that's just the beginning. Okay, so let's connect the dots. A new missile and upgraded tank, both ready at the same time. Coincidence? Absolutely not. This is where you see the real strategic thinking, and it all makes perfect sense when you look at a map of India's borders. Let me lay it out for you. The newly upgraded T-72 tanks, they're headed for the Western Command. Why? Because the main threat there is an armored attack at night. A tank that can see and kill from 4 kilometers in total darkness is the perfect counter. Meanwhile, the VSHORDS missiles are going to the northern LAC, the line of actual control with China. The biggest threat there? Chinese drone swarms. Now, a single soldier on a mountain pass can take them down.
And this isn't just our analysis. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh himself called the VSHORDS test a great milestone and basically gave the green light for mass production. The message to our adversaries couldn't be clearer. Now, as amazing as these upgrades are, and they are amazing, they're really just one part of a much bigger long-term plan. This is about making India secure today while building the army of tomorrow.
Here's the key thing to understand. This incredible T-72 upgrade is really a bridge to the Indian Army's ultimate goal, the Future Ready Combat Vehicle Program, or FRCV for short. The plan is to bring in about 1,700 of these next-generation FRCV tanks, complete with AI and all the bells and whistles. But that's years away. When you look at the numbers, you see why making the 2,400-strong T-72 fleet deadlier right now is so incredibly vital. And that's exactly why this defense hat trick is such a huge deal. Until that future army arrives, the upgraded Night Predator T-72 and the Skyguard VSHROADS are the essential shield and sword protecting the nation's borders today.
So, when you put it all together, what's the big takeaway? It's simple, really. India is no longer just a customer in the global arms market. With successes like these, India is proving it can invent, build, and deploy its own world-class military technology completely on its own terms. But this does leave us with some really important questions, doesn't it? Is this T-72 upgrade enough to hold the line until the next generation of tanks is ready? And in a world where drones are changing everything, is the VSORADS the ultimate answer? These are the debates happening right now, and I'd really love to know what you think. We are tracking all of these developments very closely. So to stay ahead of the curve, make sure you subscribe for the latest updates. And be sure to watch the video coming up on your screen. Thanks for watching. Jai Hind.